Yeah, and we have that conversation a lot. Like having 40 times is great because it's nice to know who's fast and who's slow. Also, there's not very many times in your athletic career you're going to start in a 3-point stance, right? Where you're getting ready to run a 40. So like if you spend 6 weeks teaching kids how to have a great 40 start, like what is that carryover, right? Like how much of that is going to could you have spent that training time doing something that would have been more meaningful for their sport, right? So,
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I mean, until we change how things are evaluated, like
mhm.
Right.
that's, people are gonna want that to be that's gonna be a marker that you're evaluated on. So like training for it, I get,
Yeah, yeah.
we got to do a better job of finding ways that is that the best way to evaluate, rather than maybe put GPS pods in everybody's, shoulder pads and get true game speed,
Uh-huh.
that might be easier and it's getting cheaper and cheaper to do. So it might be something that is, mainstream here pretty soon. Um, but yeah, I think the evaluation process has to change as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's something that we talk about a lot with kids is they have stuff they do or don't want to do, and it's like, and then you hear the conversation like, well, my recruiter asked about this, and it's like, okay, well, we can teach you how to do that. That's easy, but it's an extra step just because it's something that a recruiter's looking for, you know. Yeah. If you, I mean, maybe this is outside the scope of the show, but if you could blue sky it and reevaluate, so you mentioned like track and field time, like what other tests, are there tests that you would love to be able to do with your recruiting class that you don't get to do?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, like you look at the reactive Y test, right? And in Australian rules football, in American football, the 40-yard dash has about a 30% correlation to success in the NFL.
Yeah.
You know, pretty low correlation. Whereas the reactive Y test in Australian rules football has a 90% correlation,
Yeah.
because it's measuring reactivity,
Uh huh.
right, and acceleration. And so I think there's some different tests out there that exist that could be used better, but again, once you get to a point where you're evaluated on it, people are going to be trying to
Game
cheat
it.
it and
Yeah.
be more, yeah, and make it more, efficient, and whatnot. So I think probably where the truth comes in, or where I think the opportunity comes in, kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about where maybe I think we need to continue to evolve the profession. One of those places needs to be in the classroom.